This video is brought to you by Knowledge at WP Carey, an online business resource published by the WP Carey School of Business at Arizona State University, and Cabot, the Center for Advancing Business Through Information Technology.
I would highlight two things on the horizon for collaboration that are very exciting. One is the emergence of social software and communities as a new collaborative environment. An environment which is personal and relevant and inspiring rather than one that is centralized and routine and structured. That's number one. So the rise of social software and communities as a collaborative environment. The second would be actually collaboration as an external activity with your customers rather than collaboration as an internal activity. It's not as much about efficiency and productivity, but more about innovation and involving your customers in the design process and in the review process and in support and lead generation and sales. So customer centricity and social software.
Well, I think the most exciting thing on the horizon for collaboration is that we have a whole new generation of workers that are entering the workforce, the millennial generation, and they have very high expectations for what technology can do for them, the freedom it will provide them to get their jobs done, and they have a whole set of expectations where they're hungry for new technology. So at Serena, we're excited to help offer up those kinds of technologies to help that new generation.
Well, obviously the application of technology is going to transform how collaboration happens. It's already doing that, but what Bulbstorm is trying to do, and I think is a harbinger of what's going to come, is open up collaboration to consumers along with companies, and then allowing employees internally to interact. So effectively taking the different groups that today don't talk together much and have a platform on which they can innovate. So innovation, I think, is the foundation of growth in most industries, finding new ideas, new applications, new processes, and by facilitating collaboration among individuals and companies, we're going to find all kinds of great new stuff that nobody knew existed. Find the billions of great ideas trapped in the heads of the population that are going to transform almost every industry.
We are expanding from one website, jobbing.com, to 85 other websites as well. So when you think about the exposure and the type of impact that has on a job seeker trying to connect with an employer, or more importantly, trying to find a job, and they have the ability to connect to any other number of resources or websites. So you may have an individual that could be a member of the Arizona Nurses Association. Well, they're going to have more of an allegiance to that type of website because they're a member. Well, now we have a job board on their website. So now that he can go there and search for jobs, and that job board is basically connected to not only Jobbing's website, but all of those other partner websites as well. So the impact is being able to go into those niche areas, into those specific areas, and connect those job seekers with local employers in those little small areas.
I think that the most exciting thing on the horizon today for collaboration is just the fact that large companies, Fortune 100s and Fortune 500s, are now starting to realize the value of all of the social media networks that are out there, the Facebooks and the YouTubes, and leveraging that as sort of a collaborative mishmash of people and letting their employees speak in an organic fashion and organize themselves into groups and learn from that.
What's really interesting looking on the social network products are the way they're evolving, and they're changing the way collaboration works in ways that people haven't even thought about yet, for the most part. For example, business people who use networks like Spoke and LinkedIn don't know that recruiters are buying access into those systems to find passive job seekers for job opportunities. And it's opening up new kinds of markets, new kinds of products, and yet it's still kind of one of the best kept secrets around. The same thing's going to be happening with Facebook as we speak.
What we've seen with collaboration lately is that like on YouTube and Facebook, and also in companies taking in wikis where people basically can share information and write to each other in like forums, etc. That is more like unstructured content, like videos, and raw text, and so. And I think one of the things that will be coming is sharing more structured information, feeds of data, or data that you can not only read but data you can consume into like applications, into what is called enterprise mashups, and taking different kinds of data from different sources that create a collaborative and draw new conclusions. because running a business is one is reading articles and what's written, but the other thing is looking at facts and combining those facts and drawing a better conclusion. So I think we will see that collaboration will not only be around what I'll call unstructured information, but it will also be around data that can be consumed and numerically used for drawing some conclusions and shared then again. And that's really what Enterprise Mashup is all about.
We think of collaboration as helping us drive the next generation workforce experience. And there are a couple of concepts underlying that. They're around, one is around people, information, and communities, and surfacing up the relationships amongst those. And the value of that, providing kind of self-organization and kind of coincident or explicit relationships between people, information, and communities. One aspect. And a second aspect is of driving the next generation workforce experience is around visual networking, which is the incorporation of audio, video, as well as data, and a combination of all of those around those tags and relationships that I was talking about. So it's pretty exciting to drive the next generation workforce experience.
I come from the security side of IT, and so my take on it is that collaboration will both increase the ability to do things, but it's also going to increase the security that's necessary. I think that the most exciting things that are happening is the capability of moving information and of aggregating information and using information in new ways. At the same time, there is a risk associated with that because you're opening your information up to so many more people in so many more ways. So I think that that's exciting in both cases. I think that the fact that you are sharing that information, that people are able to use that information and really manipulate it, for good or bad, but manipulate the information much more easily than they ever could before. That's the big draw for collaboration. And then the big risk is, do we know how to actually take care of it and how to secure it?